Today is the day. After all this time, we get to start framing our container house. After years of hard work and perseverance, it's finally time to start framing. I know, I also thought this day would never come. There are a few ways to go about framing container houses. Some people use wood framing, some people use steel framing, and some people frame the exterior and leave the interior as is. There are pros and cons to each method, and today we are going to show you which route we decided to take. There are a few tricky parts to this step we needed to figure out in order to move forward. The first step, how to anchor the ceiling and walls to the container, and also minimize or eliminate thermal bridging. And I think we came up with a pretty solid way to go about doing that.
Guys, I will try to explain to you the logic behind what we will do to frame our container house. Most of the people, they say like, oh, container house are stupid because you have to reframe the inside to attach your drywall, your plumbing, etc. So it's true, you have to do the work double time. You have to do it with steel and after with wood framing. But what we can do, it's use actually steel framing. So this is a rail, you have the stud, they go in it, and you have a rail on top too. So how you can see, it's way thinner than a 2x4 or 2x6. So the advantage is like we are saving space and also that don't need to be structural. Because if you frame it with wood, that will be structural and you lose space. So now I will explain to you how we can frame with steel framing and not create a thermal bridge. It's the solution that we find with Jess. We spend hours on the computer watching video, reading forum, etc. So we came out with this solution. We are going to use a 2x2. We'll install some foam, kind of the same foam that you use to do your foundation when you bolt your wood to the concrete. We'll install it on the tube like that. So we are not creating like a thermal bridge. So that will be the foam, the wood that will screw it with wood to metal screws. We'll put some spacer here, 1 inch spacer, so we can actually spray foam on the top. And from this wood, we'll attach the rail, the stud to create our ceiling. And we'll do the same for the wall. We'll attach a rail on the top and 1 rail on the bottom to create the structure of a wall. I hope I was clear. If you have any question, just drop them in the comment.
As per usual, this is our first time framing with steel framing. We have a tiny bit of experience from when we framed the garage in wood, but first time working with steel framing, so a lot to learn. And we're just gonna do our best to figure everything out and make some progress.
And we are just at the beginning, so if you have a better idea, put it in the comment and we can modify the way that we'll frame it.
Yeah, comment below if you guys have any cool ideas. Okay. We cut a few spacers using some scrap wood we had laying around. So initially, we wanted to try to brace the 2x2 wood anchor by using a 2x4 so that we could both work on attaching the 2x2 to the container. First experiment. Okay, attempt number 2. The wood bracing did work, but but it was tilting the wood up at an angle, and we needed it to be completely flat against the wall and the spacer. You'll see why later. We decided we are just going to hold a piece of wood, do a pilot hole, and then the wood to metal screws direct instead of trying to figure out a way to hold the wood in place. We stapled sill foam to the 2x2s, which is what will sit between the container and the wood. These are the same wood to metal screws we used on our rooftop deck. They're really amazing and work really well for this application. That one has a bump right there.
Yeah. I guess we can. Yes.
It's a good start. We are going to get back at it tomorrow morning and do a big day tomorrow. So hopefully we can make a ton of progress. It's almost dark out and we have some other stuff to do tonight. So we're going to finish that, get back at it tomorrow. Have you ever struggled to dig holes? They take a surprising amount of time and effort, but not anymore. Introducing the Wild Badger battery-powered auger. Yup, that's right. This is a 40-volt electric auger made with a rock-resistant steel-casted drill bit and a 1600-watt motor. Okay, let's see how long it takes to set this bad boy up. All right, that took a few minutes. Super easy setup. Let's jump right into using it. Powered by a high-performance 40-volt, 4-amp-hour battery, the Wild Badger auger delivers up to 65 minutes of continuous operation on a single charge. That's a pretty long time. It has 3 speeds, high, low, and reverse, and is super simple and easy to use. I seriously cannaught believe how quick and easy this makes digging holes. I wish we had one of these sooner. It's perfect for any time you need to dig holes, setting up posts, building fences, or planting trees or plants. Wild Badger offers a 3-year warranty for this product and free shipping. You guys, this auger is a game changer for digging holes, for posts, foundation, things like that. Definitely saves a lot of time and is really convenient and easy to use for doing that. When you're done using it, the auger is easily disassembled for easier storage. Be sure to click the exclusive link in the description if you guys are interested in picking up a Wild Badger auger. And thanks so much to Wild Badger for sponsoring this video. We already have plans to use this in a few of our upcoming projects, and I wish we had this sooner. So stay tuned for more, and let's get back to it. And the next morning, we had a little surprise waiting for us. Again. Yup, the same 2 birds that broke into the house when we were working on refurbishing the 3rd level are back, and they can't get out. So before we can get started, we need to let these guys out.
Get out this way. Look, your friend, he went. Go this way.
Okay, the 3rd level is bird free for now. And we can get back to work on framing. Let's go. So we got all the pieces of wood installed to the top of the container to anchor the ceiling and the walls with steel framing. Now we are over there in the corner working on the trickiest part, the corners. There's a little bit of weird areas over there in the top that we need to figure out a plan. So I think we have it figured out, and we're gonna get started on that. After we figure out this little section, then we can start framing the ceiling and the walls, and then repeat everything on this container.
So we did a lot of research online, and most of the people, what they do is really like drop the ceiling to encapsulate all the corner of the container. But what we want us is maximize the height inside the room. So we did the lowest profile possible for where the rail will be, with about 3.5 inch and 4 inch of spray foam. But we have the issue of the corner. And what we'll do a template of the wood that will need to be like the special form. So we'll have really like, we keep the high ceiling, and we'll have like kind of a box to incorporate the corner into it. But you will see what I'm talking about.
Viant is going to make a template so we can mock up the sizing and spacing and make sure everything fits well.
Like by cutting the top of the rail at least to be here. And here we can put one screw. So the last one is here, we can have a little bit of foam here. So the next one to do this will have to be here, or here actually. Yeah. So everywhere here we'll have the foam behind the wood.
Yeah.
Here we can put some spray foam.
Yeah.
So there's no thing. And here we'll have all the rack with the stud. And here there will be the rack.
The rail?
Yeah. The rail and going the other way.
Once the template was finalized, Viant traced it onto a piece of wood and cut it out.
First test, prototype number 1. Are we good? We are amazing.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's do 3 more, I guess.
Nice.
And yeah, man, it's so cool because we'll hide so much and we keep the high ceiling, you know? It's pretty cool.
Since the wood fits perfectly, now Viant is cutting out the steel rail.
Somewhere like that. This one like that. Perfect. So we can have a stud like really close to here. And here we put another rack, channel or whatever
Rail.
you call it. Here, rail. Yeah, here. And here the drywall can come just here, and so it will be just this floating, so it's totally fine. Cool, babe. I think we got a good system.
Nice.
Really happy.
So our design is finalized, and now I'm adding the sill foam to the back of each piece that Viant cut out. We need 4 total, since the 3rd level consists of 2 containers. If you guys have been following us for a while, you will definitely recognize these guys. These Dovo self-leveling laser levels have made a huge difference in our projects. And today we're using them to make sure our walls are both straight and level. I'll leave a link to these laser levels in the description. They are absolutely amazing and definitely a game changer. Okay, now it's finally time to cut some steel studs. We bought 3 different tools to cut the steel studs. These ended up being too big and didn't really work well for this. Then Viant tried out these smaller snips and they worked so much better.
So we got a good start on framing. We got the trickiest part figured out over there. We have a few of the first rails up there, one installed on the bottom, and I think now we are going to do the roof and then come back and do the walls. It's always tricky when you start something new. You have to learn how to work with new materials, learn the kind of protocol and the code for this type of material, and find a good workflow. So I'm sure in the future this will go much faster, but right now we're just trying to kind of get a feel for things and figure a few things out. And yeah, it's always how it is. It's like when you do your first oil change on a car. The first one takes quite a bit of time because you kind of have to figure it out, but then after you just roll through it pretty quick because you know what to do.
Kind of.
Center?
Yeah. Do you want me to bring them now so you just have to move them around me?
This is the first winter we will get to work on the interior of the house, so I'm really enjoying being somewhat warm and dry while working indoors for a change. and enjoying the views of the stormy weather outside. Guys, we have our first casualty. Look at that.
What you can see, it's we bought the expensive one because we thought they would be more strong, but they break the same way than the cheap one. So don't spend like $3 for a bit, just buy the one at 60 cents, it's the same.
Yeah. So anyways, now we have to just pass one drill back and forth, but all right, you guys, first day of framing went pretty well. A little bit of a learning curve, but I think we got the hang of it and we're making good progress. As you see, it's pretty late, so we're gonna call it a night and get back at it tomorrow. And we're back. Let's get right to it. Okay, just finished installing all of the roof framing, ceiling framing. So basically now what we are going to do is start framing the walls. The walls are basically the same setup as the ceiling framing. One rail on the top, one rail on the bottom, and then the studs go every 16 inches on center across the wall. So first, we are attaching the top and bottom rails. We worked our way across the wall, cutting several studs, placing them, and then screwing them into the steel framing. Then repeated the process. All right, you guys, well, that is pretty much it for today's video. We got about 90% of the way done framing this container. We got the wall done, the ceiling done, and now we have a few unique things that we need to work on to move forward. As I mentioned before, it's always a little bit time consuming to learn a new skill, and the first time doing something is always the longest time. So I think as we move forward, we will become faster and faster at working with steel framing. We had an absolutely incredible experience so far using steel framing, and I am just blown away at how quick and easy it is to work with. I'm really surprised that more people in the US don't utilize this construction technique because it is legit. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching another one of our videos and joining us on this crazy journey. We really appreciate all of your positive and encouraging comments. So stay tuned for part 2 of framing our container house. We have quite a bit more to go since we have 3 floors of our container house, and this is the 3rd floor. So we still have 2 entire floors to do. And it will be pretty tricky once we get to this floor because the ceiling is like 20 feet high. But as per usual, we'll figure it out. So be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with our projects and adventures on Pacific Pines Ranch. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye. Before we can finish framing, we need to do a few things, like replace a few spots of plywood on the floor, among other things. Be sure to stick around for part 2 so you can see what's underneath the container floor. And stay tuned to see how we tackle the trickier parts of framing the 3rd level. Overall, learning how to work with steel framing has been pretty easy. It's a really simple and easy way to frame. We have a lot of framing ahead of us as we start to develop the interior of the house. So, thanks for joining us for another step, and stay tuned to see how the interiors turn out. Help support our channel by leaving a comment, liking, and sharing this video. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with our projects and adventures on Pacific Pines Ranch. We put out new videos every Saturday and sometimes even during the week, so be sure to subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss any. Okay, bye.